everyone, welcome back to the channel, man, and welcome back to the first review of any kind in a long time. But with all that being said, man, let's take a look at this Optimus Prime moon rover. Yeah, let's dig into it, man. So, I don't know what to say about this alt mode, except for that it looks like the moon rover. It rolls really well. This is styrofoam, so it does get held up just a little bit, but like as you can see, it rolls really well. It's got a solar panel here on the side. It's got the satellite dish, I guess, that communications disc, I guess, of some sort up top here, and it's got the antennas here. When you get this in the box, this is detached. It took me a minute to find out how to attach this, but there is a peg here, and then a hole there, and then a hole here, and a peg there, and it slots in just like that in the vehicle mode there. I'm going to go ahead and take that off so we can see all the detail and everything, but I just wanted to show you guys where it plugged into. Now, I don't have a problem with this alt mode. I think this alt mode is on the money for this moon rover. However, the only thing issue-wise that I have with it is that the antennas here are very rubbery plastic. I don't know if this is a safety issue. I don't know what it is because this figure is not released here in America. But that's really the only thing is that it's this. I wish these were hard plastic, especially given the fact that how these integrate with the robot mode is pretty much non-existent, so there's really no need for these to be flexible. When I first got it, I thought maybe these might need to flex around for transformation or something, but after I transformed him, I realized that, yeah, these are pretty much soft rubbery plastic for no real reason. I don't like to say I don't know the reason, but in my estimate, no real reason they're soft plastic. That's really the only gripe or anything that I have on this alt mode. The really cool thing here is we'll take a look at him up close, and through the windshield you can see the Autobot matrix of leadership right there. It does not come out, but it is molded into the chest plate, which I think is really dope. There is a Toyota logo right here. The Toyota logo on the back, the JAXA, whatever logo right there, the Japanese flag, and it's the same on the other side. Now, I thought this was really cool how clean this looked. No Autobot logos on the outside at all, but it's just really clean, really well designed. The other thing too, nitpick wise, I guess, is that the winch does not work, which I kind of feel like is a bit of a letdown here. I wish it worked. Maybe somewhere along the line there'll be an upgrade kit for it where it does work. This is one of those missed opportunities. Again, this does not interfere with transformation or anything. So this really, man, this could have been a working winch. But yeah, man, that's it, dude. That's really all I gotta say here on the alt mode. I really like this alt mode a lot. I mean, it rolls really well. Nothing underneath it gets snagged or hung up or anything else. And it's just really cool. So let's dig into robot mode. So one thing I wanted to point out, I'm transforming him here. You know me, I always do it off camera, but when I talked about the no visible Autobot logos on the outside or anything, there is a hidden Autobot logo right there under the back flap. Now what's really cool about this is that if this was like a back door or whatever, and then, you know, like this would open up and you have people sitting inside of it, they would clear as day see that Autobot logo right there, so they would know that they riding all up in Optimus Prime. But yeah, let's keep digging into it, man. There's a lot to love about this figure. Alright guys, so here we go. Here's his robot mode, and I gotta say, man, this is a fantastic looking alt mode. Not really much, I don't have really a whole lot of issue with it at all whatsoever. I'm going to get the one thing out of the way, the one nitpick out of the way, and if you guys watched my live streams, my news live streams, whenever they unveiled this guy, I had the same nitpick then that I do now. But I kind of saved that criticism for, you know, when I had him in hand. The one criticism is this. It's the shoulders. It's the shoulders and the elbow not being red. That's really it. I mean, it really would have come together. I don't hate the way that this was put together, but I see why they made these, the forearms red, because I feel like if they would have done them completely white, it would have had more of a, this figure would have had more of an Ultra Magnus type of feel to him. So I really wish they extended the red into the elbow and into the shoulder and just gave him one solid red arm. Otherwise, that's my only complaint with this alt mode, or this bot mode. I love it. I absolutely adore this thing. I love the fact he does not come with an ion cannon, but he does have a shoulder gun, or a forearm blaster, kind of like Galvatron, Megatron, whatever. I dig that. I dig that it's like a two-barrel thing. I love it. The backpack is pretty big, but it does fold up and it does clean up exceptionally well. Now, as you guys can see, this is the antenna from the alt mode. Does not really hinder transformation at all. And there's the other one right here behind his arm. That, again, does not interrupt transformation at all. So these really didn't need to be a flexible plastic like this. But I do like the fact that Prime has, like, in this mode, the term backpack really kind of comes into its own here, because it kind of looks like, you know, he could have like some type of equipment in here or something, and then this is like a radio antenna for him to be able to contact Earth, like some kind of long distance type of situation. But there's a lot of homages here with this Optimus Prime. The darker colors, the maroon and the dark blue, is very much an homage to the first release of the G2 Optimus Prime figure, which was just essentially a darker G1 Optimus Prime. You can see that, like I said, in the dark blue and the maroon here. The head sculpt is something I want to talk about as well. There's a lot of Bayformer Optimus Prime here in this head sculpt, and I don't mind that. You can see how the crest here in the center is elongated, the head is slimmed down, it's not as wide as in the G1 cartoon design. The faceplate, the mask, whatever, is slightly taller. So there's a lot of Bayverse homage here, and even in the feet here, he's got a very similar shape to the Optimus Prime from the Bayverse Transformers movies. Something they did right here in the knees that I really think is cool. So you get this really deep knee bend, okay? But something that they did, as you can see, they included this piece of plastic here that extends the entire look of the leg. So instead of having this sculpt broken up, it's one solid piece. So I think that's a really cool design, man. It keeps the flow of that shin and the lower leg look together really, really well. Again, the Autobot matrix of leadership is in the chest of this Optimus Prime, right where it should be. That's the front, that's the back of it. The back cleans up pretty well. The back side of the legs right here, again, clean up pretty well. There's really no gaps in the guy at all whatsoever, which is a plus in my book. Now, the satellite dish you guys can have on either shoulder here. There are these little rotating tab things, whatever you want to call them, and the satellite dish just plugs right onto that. It can be up, it can be forward, it can be behind him. So there's your storage on that. The solar panel here can either fit in his hand, which he does have opening and closing articulated hands, so this can fit in his hand and kind of act like a shield. Be warned, however, this is a really awkward and tight fit. It is very like very awkward to get to work. As you can see, I'm struggling with it right now, but there you go. He can have a shield, so he can shield and then fire his pew-pews out there into space for no one to see for a couple of thousand years. Or you can rotate the other whatever post thing around, and there is a small little tab here on it, right here on the little solar panel, and it will plug in. It'll plug in if it cooperates, but it'll plug in to the top like that, and Optimus Prime can have a giant solar panel on his arm. This really doesn't do a whole lot for me. You can rotate it down. You can have it up just like the communications disc or whatever this is. But, I mean, there you go. He's all equipped up. And, yeah, I don't really care about this being on the arm. I kind of like a more clean look with the Optimus. And if that's what you want, you can fold this up. Fold it in half just like that. And you can see there's two little holes right there. There's two tabs right here on the back, and they fit in. I've got to do this off camera because I can't see. They fit in. Come on, there we go. They fit in just like that. Holds pretty well, man. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this bot mode. I think the bot mode is fantastic. Let's dive into final thoughts. So here are my final thoughts on this Optimus Prime. It's a must-have. It's freaking an awesome Optimus Prime. The engineering to go from the alt mode to the robot mode is, I wouldn't call it basic, but it's very intuitive. It's very easy. And once you get there, once you get the parts start to unclip and everything, it's a really enjoyable transformation. It's not too clunky. It's not overly done, and it's not forced. Like I said, it's very intuitive, it's very fun, it's very enjoyable. With the homages to other Optimus Primes here in this figure, I really dig that. It's one of those things that they don't have to do, that when they do end up doing something like that, I really enjoy that as well. It's a fantastic Optimus Prime. I will say, truthfully, my honest opinion on this guy, this is a top 5 Optimus Primes of all time. Where does he sit in the top 5? I don't know, but he's definitely in the running for top 5 Optimus Primes of all time. With all that being said, man, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for doing all the good, crazy stuff that you do. And I will see you guys next video, next live stream, next review, next whatever it is when I see you. And as always, cut it out. Later, everybody.